Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Syahida binti Muhammad Qazaman. My matric number is UDB190308. So today I'm going to present my part, which is introduction. This project is an idea to create a fusion of a coffee and a library vibes. The place will have a sitting place for the readers to sit, relax, read a book, study, and they also can socialize with other people. Our library have many different genres to cater the needs of different people. Where books lovers or customers that was interested to read books, buy books, have some coffee and food, and also they can hold conversation with other people. In addition, this cafe has its genre based on the theme of books, which will also provide the customer with an ambience of that can encourage relaxation. Our cafe will also provide a casual dining space based on an extensive cosmopolitan menu. Our cafe is a place where the customer will be able to maximize their time, read books that they like and love in a very ideal and comfortable setting. Our cafe will be located at the nearest university campuses so that the student, lecturer, or either people that love to read and drink coffee to enjoy our books themed cafe. We also aim for both younger and older generation to visit our cafe. The customer will know that it is a book cafe that they can connect with some of the bright minds of the city. In addition, our cafe will with well-designed and well-furnished shelves of many genres of books and a tasty menu of baked books and a high-quality coffee that brings the aroma and vibe for the customer to feel relaxation. Besides that, we have positioned our book cafe in such a way that all the customers will be able to browse through any of the several hundreds local and also foreign books, magazine, newspaper, which will be available in the internet. Thus, they also have customers that was prefer to read books through their phones. Hence, our cafe have provided special website for the customer to find books or articles so that they can enjoy both ways to read our books, either on their phones or by reading our actual hard copy books. Aside from reading a wide genre of books, our customer can also several freshly made organic tea and also have a taste of our house roasted coffee. We also give the customer to make their own coffee or tea. This will help. This is because we can have the opportunity to socialize with our customers. Furthermore, we will make available facilities for free internet access, electrical power points, and also all-day breakfast. Our business has offered many offerings to the customer, which is providing a wide genre of local as well as foreign books, magazines, and newspapers, providing fast and secret internet access, providing cafe website for the customers to explore our all genres of books, providing documents, scanning and photocopy service, sale of soft drinks, coffee and snacks, and sale of books and magazines. Our mission and vision statement. Our vision is to create a warm, relaxing, and inviting community space of books and coffee lovers for all ages and around Kuala Lumpur. Our mission is to build a well-equipped book cafe and provide high-quality coffee and cosmopolitan menu that will make our customer happy and satisfied. The main service that we offer is selling books, serving of coffee and juices, and also food inside outlet. Our product will be snack of different kinds such as donut, bread, croissant, spaghetti, ice cream, soup, Korean food, cosmopolitan menu, and many more. This cafe also provides small areas for the customer to use our internet access and Wi-Fi, and we also provide computer and PC for the customer that didn't bring their own laptop. We also provide offering books of all genres that include fiction book, non-fiction book, poetry, love and romance, mystery and crime, psychology, education book, university book, and many more. We also provide many different of coffees such as cafe misto, iced coffee with milk, frappuccino, black coffee, mocha, hazelnut coffee, macchiato, espresso, cappuccino, flat white, latte, and many more. Thus, we also provide some tea, smoothies, and as blended. For the juices, we provide orange juice, watermelon juice, pineapple juice, and many variety of fruit juice. For the food and snack, we provide sandwiches, salads, soup, breakfast menu, pastry and dessert, and many more. Our cafe has a unique product such as specialized roast, local ingredient, locally team of named drinks, custom drinks by our expert barista. Games and puzzles, mind benders, and other activities that will encourage customers to linger over their coffee hosting or sponsoring local events such as entertainment, reading, book clubs, and many more. In addition, our cafe will serve gourmet coffees, espresso and drip coffees, lattes, smoothies, and many more. We make our own pastry by our amazing chef. Our pastry are muffin, bread, cookies, scones, and rolls, and many variety of pastries. We also collaborate with other local bakery. We also have the high quality food that will attract the customer. Our cafe has an aesthetic design that gives a good vibe, and with the burst of our most popular coffee aroma. We provide sitting area, internet areas, book area, eating areas, and many more. The cafe will be open for business in Monday until Thursday on the 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. In Fridays and Saturdays, we are open on 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. and we are closed on Sunday. This will be our project life cycle. The life cycle of the project consists of all activities from the beginning of formulating the ideas of the project until the formal completion of the project, normally divided into 4 groups. The 4 groups are also called as phases of project life cycle, consist of initiating, planning, performing, and closing the project. The project life cycle vary in length for a few weeks to several years, depending on the content, complexity, and magnitude of the project. In addition, the product life cycle (PLC) is the stages that a product may go through over time. It includes the stages the product goes through after development, from introduction to the end of the product. The project life cycle is a beneficial tool that helps marketers to manage the stages of a product acceptance and success in the marketplace, beginning with the product introduction, its growth in the market share, maturity, and possible decline in market share. The first phase for project life cycle is the project initiation phase. This stage is to understand the goals, priorities, deadlines, risks of the project. The initiation phase aims to define the authorize the project. The project manager takes the given information and create a project charter. The project charter authorizes the project and documents the primary requirements for the project, determination of the main objective and of the project, and forming a clear understanding about the necessity and suitability of the project. In addition, this phase involves identification of needs, problem or opportunity, and can result in the sponsor authorizing a project to address the identified needs or solve the problem. Development project charter must be rational, must have project objective, expected benefit, and general requirements and conditions. Project initiation phase also decide if RFP is needed. Stage for the project initiation phase may include of the following, which is undertaking a feasibility study, which is identify the primary problem of the project that will be solved and whether the project will be deliver a solution to the problem. Second step is identify scope. This means that define the depth and breadth of the project. The third step is identify the deliverables. Define the product of the service to be provided. The fourth step is identify project stakeholder. The fifth step is developing a statement of work. Document the project objective, scope, and deliverables that have been identified previously as a working agreement between the project owner and those working on the project. The second phase is the planning phase. The next phase is the planning phase. Is where the project solution is further developed in as much detail as possible as the steps necessary to make project objectives are planned. The purpose of this phase is to lay down a detailed strategy of how the project has to be performed and how to make it success. In this stage, the team will identify all of the work that has to be done. The project tasks and resource requirements are identified, along with the strategy for producing them. This is also referred to as scope management. A project plan is created outlining the activities, tasks, dependence, and time frames. Thus, the project manager coordinates the preparation of the project budget by providing cost estimate for the labor, equipment, and materials. In other words, the project, the team, and also the contractor need to take sufficient time to properly plan and lay out a road map or game plan that shows how the project scope will be accomplished within the budget on the schedule. Thus, it is very important to plan and then work the plan. This phase must show how project scope will be accomplished, plan the work and work the plan, creating workflow diagram, estimating budget and creating a financial plan, develop baseline, which is what needs to be done, how will it get done, who will do it, how long will it take, how will it cost, and what is the risk are. The third phase for project life cycle is the performing phase. This phase is turning the plan in action and monitor project performance. The performing phase is the true start of the project. Thus, in this phase, the decision of the activities defined during the planning phase are implemented. This phase results in the accomplishment of the project objective, leaving the customer satisfied that full scope of the work and deliverables were completed according to the specification, within the budget and on time. While the project work is being performed, it is necessary to monitor and control the progress of the project work to ensure that everything is going according to plan and the project objective is accomplished. This involves measuring actual progress according to the baseline plan. In addition, during the phase, the project manager has to supervise the project and prevent any errors from taking places. If at first, during the project comparison of actual progress to progress reveals that the project is behind schedule, overrunning the budget, or not meeting the technically specification, corrective action must be taken to get the project back on track. In addition, before the decision is being made to implement corrective action, it may be necessary to evaluate several alternative actions to make sure the corrective action will bring the project back within the scope, schedule, and budget constraint of the project objective. Thus, changes will occur during the performing phase. It is important to manage and control changes to minimize any negative impact on the successful accomplishment of the project objective. Accomplished project objective, which is project manager leads project teams complete the project. Increase pace of the more resources are added, monitor and control progress, take corrective action as needed, manage and control changes with the sponsor approval, achieve customer satisfaction with acceptance of deliverables. The project manager job in this phase of the project management life cycle is to keep on track, organize team members, manage timelines, and make sure the work is done according to the original plan. If the project team has a proper documented process already in place, performing the project must be much easier. The last project life cycle phase is the closing phase. Once the team has completed the work on the project, the team will enter the closure phase. In the closure phase, the project team will provide final deliverables, release project resource, determine the source of the project. The process of closing the project involves various actions, such as including collecting and making final payments, evaluating and recognizing staff, conducting a post-project evaluation, documenting lessons learned, and achieving project document. This phase must collect and make final payments, recognize the evaluation staff, conduct post-project evaluation, project document lesson learned, achieve project document, record lesson learned. The company background. The reason why we're starting the library cafe business because it is an aspiring idea to combine books and cafe theme for our project. A library cafe or bookshop cafe or literature cafe, as it also known, is a type of book theme cafe where the book lovers and other interested people go to read books, buy books, have some coffee and hold conversation. The library cafe is a standard licensed book and coffee cafe that has fully equipped with a wide genre of books and have many types of high quality foods and coffee. Our cafe will be located at the Wilayah Persekutuan Kuala Lumpur. This is because our cafe will be located at the near university campuses. Thus, Kuala Lumpur has many university and college campuses. This will give a benefit to our customer because they can do the assignment, discussion, have some coffee and enjoy reading our books. Our project also aims both older and younger generation because we provide food, coffee and books that were suitable for both generations. We are positioned in a location with the right demographic composition of people who are regular visitors to book or regular cafe. In addition, we have positioned our library cafe in such a way that all the customers will be able to browse through any of the several hundred locals, as well as foreign books, magazine, newspaper that will be available on our cafe website and on internet. The fact the building our cafe from scratch requires a huge capital, especially from the purchase of books, internet equipment such as server and computers, and software application, which is why we have made the perfect plan for steady flow of cash and plan for complete the project. We focusing on for the marketing activities on reaching the university student and faculty, people working in the office located close to our cafe location, and unsophisticated teenagers. Our market research shows that these are the customers group that will most likely to buy gourmet coffee product, foods, and also read our books. Before setting our plan, we have calculated the amount of money that we needed to make this project possible and successful. The amount of modal money that we have is about 3 million. Thus, we calculate the amount of money that we will spend after paying certain aspect for the project is about 2,04,420 ringgit and 34 cents. The balance of our project that we will use for the further plan is about 9,55,579 and 66 cents. This will be our organization chart. Our project manager is basyirah. The project team is Syahida Azwa, Nur Arina, and Nur Nabiha. For Syahida Azwa is me, which I'm going to be on duty for project assessment, material planning, and project event. For project team, she will handling the marketing and operation, and for Nur Nabiha, she will handle on planning and training. This will be our cafe management organization chart, which is the manager is Nur Bashira, human resource, which is me, Nur Syahida Azhar, marketing department, which will be Nur Arina, and Nur Nabiha, which will be in the supply department. For me, I have assistant and worker and recruiter and payroll executive. And for marketing, there will be a market analysis and business development executive. For supply, there is an assistant for Nur Nabiha. For our cafe organization chart, which is the owner is Nur Bashira, the general manager is Nur Syahida Azwar, Nur Nabiha, and Nur Arina, and there will be assistant leader and kitchen manager. And there also will be a worker such as server, chef, library keeper, assistant, pantry, sauce chef, intern. Thank you. Task and responsibility. Project manager, the task and responsibility is activity and resource planning, controlling time management, control cost estimating and developing the budget, analyzing and managing project risk, monitoring progress, managing reports and necessary documentation, assign tasks to project schedule and determine each phases. The project sponsor responsibility is keep business decision for the project, approve the project budget, communicate the project goals throughout the organization, ensure availability of resource. The other position is project team member. The responsibility is documenting the process, working with users to establish and meet business needs, contributing to overall project objective, completing individual deliverables, providing expertise, and reporting to the project manager. Project accountant, their responsibility will be ensure the project is on budget and costs associated with quality control, ensure all the budget is enough, and lastly, human resource. Ensure all required document of the project is secured, hiring and training. This is the schedule for our library cafe. The first activity that we will going to do is do research, and the estimate duration it will take 22 weeks to accomplish the task. The second activity is task discussion, and the immediate predecessor is to research, and it will take 12 weeks to accomplish the task. The third activity is divide task and responsibility. The immediate predecessor is task discussion, and the estimate duration is 10 weeks. The fourth activity is site selection, and the immediate predecessor is divide tasks and responsibilities, and the estimate duration is 10 weeks. The activity that will connect with immediate predecessor for divide tasks and responsibility is premises, which the estimate duration is 17 weeks. Wells, the estimate duration is 18 weeks. Finding workers, estimate duration is 24. Suppliers and sponsor, estimate duration is 17 weeks. Raw material, the estimate duration is 30 weeks. Advertising and promotion, the estimate duration is 19 weeks. Coffee, books, and IT equipment, the estimate duration is 18 weeks. Stock, the estimate duration is 28 weeks. Machinery, the estimate duration is 20 weeks. Permit, 16 weeks. Expenses, 70 weeks. Media, 8 weeks. The site plan, the next activity is site plan, which the immediate predecessor is site selection, and the estimate duration is 12 weeks. The other activity is finding and hiring a contractor. The immediate predecessor is site selection, and the estimate duration is 17 weeks. Budget, the immediate predecessor is premises until budget, and the estimate duration is 36 weeks. Then Facebook, the immediate policy is media, and the estimate duration is 8 weeks. Then the activity that will connect with media is website, cafe website, which is 12 weeks, blog 5 weeks, Instagram is 8 weeks. Furthermore, floor plan, the immediate process is site plan, finding and hiring a contractor, and it will take 45 weeks to accomplish the task. The activity that will connect with site plan, finding and hiring a contractor is building. It will take 49 weeks to accomplish the task. Furniture is 30 weeks. Interior designer, it takes 34 weeks. Landscape, it takes 40 weeks. Then, the activity for filing, the immediate predecessor is floor plan until landscape, budget, Facebook until Instagram, which the estimate duration, it will take 51 weeks. Lastly is documentation. The immediate predecessor is filing, and it takes 49 weeks. The required completion for complete this task overall, it will take 230 weeks to successfully complete the task. Thank you. This is our network diagram for our library cafe.
Assalamualaikum dan selamat sejahtera. My name is Basyirah binti Muhammad Rashid. My matric number is UDB190309. I will continue with the business case. Increase library use to at least 60% of city population. Expand the variety of services to families, students and senior population. Update the library's interior for modernized and inviting look and feel. Create a warmer and more welcoming environment. Promote the role of library as the destination. Form a lasting partnership with local businesses, engage in community building. The problem is lack of community attraction to cultivate reading and visiting the library. Goal statement: broaden library use base, enhance the library aesthetic, establish the library as a central community place. Project scope: the library cafe aims to meet the educational and recreational needs of the community. The cafe supports this mission by providing patrons with an additional space for gathering, eating, drinking, reading, and reflection. It promotes library resources, expand library services, and focus on community building. Project objective: increase in library use among current non-users as tracked by sign-in sheets at the calculation desk. The marketing campaign will increase the visibility, awareness, and use of library programs in the school, especially among current non-users. Increase in knowledge of library services among colleges as measured by exit surveys conducted at the calculation desk. Increase user awareness of the library being a comfortable place to read, study, collaborate, and have a snack and drink. Increase in teachers or lecturers promoting the library and its service to students as measured by exit survey conducted at the calculation desk. Increase in user requesting to visit the library during lunch and study hall periods as recorded by the lunch monitors. The library is willing to promote and to make the cafe services an option close to groups using the building as it would be convenient feature to them. Reasonable pricing, a nice variety of product option, healthy foods option, and good customer service by the cafe operator will impact the operator's success in this venue. Assigning preferred pricing to groups using the library for event or program catering may boost use of cafe catering services. Minimum requirement: for a proposal to be considered, the proposal should have at least 2 or more years of continuous experience within the last 10 years in the ownership, management, and operation of the cafe facility, catering services, daily or similar operation. Continue with the risk: digital preservation. Many cases have been cited in which valuable data has already been lost because of obsolescence. Moreover, as of today, no one knows how to ensure the long-term preservation of multimedia documents, nor how to ensure the integrity of documents that may many links to other documents that may be anywhere. These problems have of course been exercising the library and archive communities for some time, but as yet no solution or set of solution has been reached. Audio and visual materials. Similar dangers confront audio and visual library materials such as sound recording, photograph, films, and videotapes. To preserving their materials from deterioration, library must guard against the obsolescence of machine-readable materials. Materials that are read and interpreted by machines. Many valuable documents in machine-readable materials were first recorded in formats that have now become obsolete. Computer data. Libraries risk forever losing access to valuable computer documents such as government statistical data and geological surveys. To ensure the original computer data remain accessible using contemporary equipment, libraries and activities must continually transfer this data to new formats, which is extremely cost and time-consuming process. Recommendation. Based on project, it is recommended, first and most importantly, the cafe needs to have its own entrance. A dedicated outside entrance to the cafe serves a couple of purposes. It allows the cafe hours to extend beyond the library's hours, and it creates a natural barrier between the cafe and the library stacks that can aid in control of food and drink in the stacks. Secondly, cafe need to be an extension of library space, offering more than just drinks, food services, Wi-Fi, live music nights, other events, and amenities will increase foot traffic, give the cafe a sense of identity within the library, transform the cafe into a communal space, and appeal to wider audience. Lastly, the library needs to establish a mutual vested relationship with the cafe vendor through profit sharing, coordination of events, and evaluation of cafe services. Thank you. Features of library include a light and spacious building that facilitates reading, work, study, training, and programming, children's area with robust programming, learning lab for classes up to 25 people, computer stations, study space and free Wi-Fi, community space where local groups can reserve use to accommodate meeting with attendance of up to 125 people. Meeting may range from local clubs and organizations to public performance and forums, conference room, comfortable casual seating, outside seating in enclosed country hard area behind building. Current library hours of operation: Monday to Thursday 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. Friday to Saturday 7 a.m. until 11 p.m. Sunday is closed. The library is heavily used by the business community, senior citizens, and parents with young children during the weekday and by students and families on the weekends. The busiest usage time are weekday evening and weekend afternoons. Monday is particularly heavy usage day, and Friday is typically the slowest day of the week. In terms of public use, based on current trends, historically the library's meeting rooms have been available for use every day the library is open. Occasionally, group meeting may continue beyond the closing time of the library, or events may be scheduled after regular closing times. Food and drink in the library. People in the library are allowed to have snacks and covered non-alcoholic drinks in the library. However, food is provided in classrooms, conference room, or community center unless part of the scattered events and computer station areas.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Arina binti Shahmadin. I'm from UDB 19. My matric numbers is UDB 190316. Today I want to present subject project management about cafe library project. 2.1 is intaking stage. 2.1.1 is identify project. The first proposal is container chalet. Container when our chalet is built in a 2-acre durian orchard. Location in the Lakli Durian Farm, Bentong, Pahang. Tourists can feel the zone atmosphere as in the ordinary forest. We use container to be made in the chalet so that tourists can feel the comfort and uniqueness of sleeping in our container. We provide culture art performing such as compound games, jumping dance and more. The uniqueness of our chalet is the existence of a mini zoo where there are various types of non-toxic animals for the safety of the children and tourists. It is estimated to make this chalet is RM 565,789 for customers who are interested in the world of forestry. You must come here to experience for yourself the experience that is ours. Number 2 is the second proposal is a library cafe, a combine of the coffee of a library. That cafe is known as a book thema cafe types. Provides a relaxing dining are based on the intensive cosmopolitan menu. Customer can mixing their time, read the books they like, love in a very ideal and comfortable atmosphere. There are various types of books. Our customer can also enjoy freshly made organic tea and also enjoy roasted coffee in our house. We also give customer the experience for making own coffee or tea. We will provide free internet access, PowerPoint and breakfast throughout the day. In the estimate to complete the cafe is 2,0420.65 and the third proposal is the Borong Street Cafe project. We serve the highest quality coffee and snack in a stylish and comfortable atmosphere. Our location is downtown for our customer can easily find out cafe. Then the cafe building the choose that 2,000 square feet of space. Number 2.1.2 is selected project. We unanimously decide on a cafe library project as our project of the choose when this project is an idea to create the collaboration of coffee for a bookstore or library cafe. A library. Her setting to readers to sit and relax, read a book, study and socializing. Curtains book for variation genres to meet the needs of different people. The cafe is known as a book themed cafe. A place from book lover and another who are interested in the reading books, buying books and drink coffee and food, and they can also check. Changing number 1 is the activity awareness and materials for the period of the activity and awareness and material activity is 28. Having calculate to the early start is 44 and early finish is 72. Note that latest start is 99 and latest finish is 94. After decutting to get the total slack is 32. We combine the wires and raw material because it's the one that the same. We combine the coffee, books and IT equipment to store because the same activity. The stock for the period duration for the stock activity is 30. Having calculate for the early start is 44 and early finish is 74. Note that latest start is 64 and latest finish is 94. After decutting to get the total slack is 20. Changing number 3. The activity has media for the duration for the media activity is 8. Having calculate for the early start is 44 and early finish is 52. 52. This not the means the early start is 1010 and the earliest finish is 118. After decutting to get the total slack is 99. The media is divided into two parts of the first part of the cafe website. For the activity provided to the cafe website is 12. Having calculate for early start is 52 and early finish is 94. Note the latest start is 1018 and latest finish is 130. After decutting to get the total slack is 66. We combine Facebook, blog and Instagram into the application because customer needs to access the application if they want to know more. The second part of the application for the estimate duration of the application activity is 10. Having calculate for the early start is 52 and early finish 62. Note that latest start is 120 and latest finish is 130. After decutting to get the total slack is 68. Changes number 4 is setup plan and feeding here a contractor. Both spine is broke down into 4 parts. The first part is a floor plan. For the during of the floor plan activity is 45. After cutting to early start is 76 and early finish is 121. Note the latest start is 85 and latest finish is 1030. After decutting to get the total slack is 9. The second part is the same building. For the duration of the building activity is 49. After counting for the early start is 76 and early finish is 125. Instead, the latest start is 81 and latest finish is 1030. After decutting to get the total slack is 5. Part 3 for the furniture for the duration of the furniture activity is 30. Having the calculate for the early start is 76 and the early finish is 1006. Instead to latest start is 1000 and the latest finish is 1030. After deducting to get the total slack is 24. We combine enter designer and landscape because in the under decoration the for part like decoration. For the estimate duration for the activity duration is a 45. After counting for the early start is 76 and early finish is 1036. Interact for the latest start is 18 and latest finish is as 1030. After distributing to get the total slide is a 4. Number 2 is quality service. It will help improve the internet operation for the library cafe, improve the quality of communicate between external and internal parties ways to clean job description and responsibility, increase awareness of the quality issues, increase productivity, increase customer certification and trust the library cafe. The effect that the customer has received the expected quality. Customer perceptions of the productivity and service in a library cafe needs to be continuously reverted to the feedback on cafe performing can be updated to able institute to find way to improve their performance. Organization can achieve quality standards depends on customer perception for the service as well as product customer about the community quality.
My name is Nabia binti Muhammad. I am from UDB 190320. For my part is budget and resource. Our budget for all this project is 3 million. This is including the land, rent, insurance, labor and tax, and also power supply. And for the building design, our budget is 150,000. This is including the woods, paint, window glass, chair, table, lamp, fan, cement, concrete, roof, brick, ceiling, floor, books, bookshelf, carpet, plan, drawing and tiles. And for the machinery and other necessity is 200,000. This is including the retail supply, machine, coffee, storage hardware, spoon, fork, food service equipment, store equipment, other miscellaneous expenses, counter areas equipment, office supply, air conditioner, TV, and ATM service. And one more budget is 100,000. This is for the service, maintenance, contractor, architect, engineering, staff and carpenter. And the total for all this budget is 365,448 ringgit 48 and 18 cents ringgit Malaysia. For what I have total for the profit is 3 million minus the total 365,448 and 18 cents. This is the total for the profit is through 2,634,551 and 20 cents. 1,000 for the project handover. First of all, what is project handover? A handover comes to the end at the end of the project to install, construct, or modify an asset. It usually involves the client formally accepting the asset, the work area, and relevant information from the contractor. The purpose of this project handover is this document outline the agreement between the project team will hand over the project report and get payment from the customer. There is 4 steps to following process that will occur the facilitate the transfer. Step number 1 is plan agree between the project team and the customer. Step number 2, data set for handover. Step number 3, the customer sign off their acceptance of the application. And number 4 is handover occurs. Acceptance or success. The project will be determined successful with customer satisfaction and formal sign off following the one-day event by being delivered and executed on time. Acceptance criteria, which is project deliver acceptance criteria. Each stage of project will be delivered to the customer as per the agreement project schedule. Each stage of project will be signed off by the project manager and project director where appropriate before submission to the customer as per section of this document. Each stage of project will be approved and signed off by the customer where required as the agreed per section of this project document. Handover date. The date has been set on 15 December 2020. On Wednesday, the handover place will be set inside the library cafe. The information will be sent to each customer via message and email. The agreement for this handover is all data will be confidential and safe. Every participant must not post the document data on any media without permission from the project manager. The project handover must deliver on time to avoid unwanted things from occurring. The project handover must deliver on time to avoid unwanted things from occurring. The project handover, the project team available right now is project manager, available until the project end for advice and support. Project director, available until end of the project to ensure the project planned appropriately, including the project schedule. Project budget and finance, available until the end of the project to provide prior and bringing the budget. And the last one is project and event planning, available until end project to providing prior to preparing the event plan and project status to the project manager. And the end of this project proposal will be the signs and in the respondent part, question number 1, after reading the description above, how interested are you in our cafe? Based on the pie chart for the question 1, 56% of the respondents are more likely very interested in our cafe, and 36% are extremely interested. However, only 8% of the respondents are moderately interested in our cafe. In the future, we are hoping to invest on this cafe to make everyone like and love base their idea. And we will be combine everything into our place and create something that everyone will like it. Based on the question number 2, what type of genre of book do you like to read? Which is romance, horror, action, and action. It was found that 32% of the respondents likely the action and romance genre, and only 28% like the horror genre. Other than that, there are those who like to motivation and comedy genre. To overcome this, there will be more other genre will be found on our cafe. We were hoping for the donation from every over the world and increase the number of romance books from around the world that are rarely found in Malaysia. For the question 3 is what is your status, which is student, not a student, employer, and not employee. 76% of our respondents are coming from student, and only 12% are not student, and 8% are employee. Also to be included 1% on not employee. The question 4 is how often would you frequent a coffee shop like this? The answer is daily, weekly, monthly, and less than once a month. Based on the result of the bar chart for the question 4, 16% of the respondents are more likely to go to the cafe on weekly, and 24% only goes to the cafe on month, including 8% respondents are more going to the cafe on daily and less than once a month. The question 5 is what would be the maximum price you would be paying for a meal and coffee? And the answer is less than 10 ringgit Malaysia. 10 ringgit Malaysia to 15, 16 ringgit Malaysia to 25, and more than 25 ringgit Malaysia. And 52% of our respondents are willing to pay for a meal and coffee between 10 ringgit Malaysia to 15 ringgit Malaysia. 32% are willing to pay for less than 10% per meal and coffee. However, 12% are willing to pay for 16 ringgit Malaysia to 25 ringgit Malaysia. And our cafe is focusing on giving the customer a affordable price for each meal and coffee, so people don't have to worry about our food price. On the question 6, we have asked the respondent on how their reaction to the idea of the library cafe, and 56% of the respondents react for the answers. 40% good and 1% to not good. Based on the question 7, on the scale, which is we answer 5 question to the qualities, which is customer service, noises, price, quality food and cafe and coffee, and the last one is Wi-Fi accessibility. And for the question 1, the customer service quality, the respondent is mostly choosing level 5, which is the higher one. The question 2 is level 5. The question 3, between 5 and 3 level, means the respondent are more likely looking for the affordable price in choosing the coffee shop. And the last one is Wi-Fi accessibility is on level 5. And for the question 8 is, would you choose a library cafe as a place to read, study, hang out with friends, drinking and eating, or as a meeting place? And 36% of the respondents are choosing the cafe become a place to hang out with friends, 28% as a study place, 60% as a choosing a cafe and eating and drink place, and 12% for a reading place. To be included, 8% has choose for the other activity place. And based on the question 9, we have asked our respondent, apart from the book, what other activity do they think we need to add to the cafe? And many have responded that other than reading books, The activity is mini playground for children, cyber cafe, competition in bingo, create a community in a way that differentiates your restaurant, playing with game station, movie theater, karaoke, dart games, and pool games. And for the last question is question number 10. If we And for the last question is question number 10. If we For the last question is question number 10. If we The last question is question number 10. If we The last question is question number 10. If we And for the question number 10, if we are starting to open this cafe, would you recommend it to your family, friend, and the media? Based on our last question survey, 66% of the respondents would recommend to their friends, family, and the media about our cafe. However, 1% are answering for the
The last is a conclusion. The main changes of the project management is to achieve all project goals within the given limit. The information is usually expanded in the project document, which is made at the beginning of the development process. The main contracts are scope, time, quality, and budget. The second and more important challenge is to optimize the required input allocation and implement it to meet set objective. Where the food and beverage have traditionally been banned in the libraries. In recent years, there has been an increase in joint venture between libraries and coffee shops such as Starbucks. Without library cafe are private mostly for the social and recreation purpose. More and more students are doing the forum and in-forum learning in a library cafe rather than in physical libraries. Using a quantitative comparison approach, this study also means to identify the similarities and difference in the use of libraries cafe among students. To make sure the youth can prepare for the library customer on a library and cafe space. Thank you.